to my channel. My name is Aggy. For those who are joining me here for the first time, I'm super excited to have you guys, and if you are a returning subscriber, you know that I love you. And for those who are watching this video and you haven't subscribed, kindly do subscribe, because subscription is free. You don't have to pay for anything. I'm super excited to make this video because mostly I do videos that empower you, videos that probably teach you something that you don't know. And if you're a new person watching this video today, mostly I do vlogs, I do beauty, I do lifestyle. I just do about everything that I feel is really entertaining, is really going to probably teach you something. Those are mostly the videos that I do. So basically today, if you're watching this video, I think you should have, you should know exactly what I'm gonna be talking about, because probably you've read the description, or probably you just got a new nanny and you're wondering how you're going to be handling things, because probably you're a first-time mom. And most of the time, if you're a first-time mom, you have no idea about what you're doing. So I also got my first nanny when I was a first-time mom, because you need help during that time. So I think that is the first time I got a new nanny. So basically what motivated me to make this video today is I've been going through Facebook several times, and I've been noticing a lot of stories on DMs. I don't know, when I say DM, probably is a domestic manager, is a nanny, is a house manager, is your house help, house girl, whatever name you call someone who is in your house to probably help you with the house chores. That is the kind of person I'm gonna be talking about. So probably my easiest, the easiest name I like calling a DM or a house manager is a nanny. So anytime I say a nanny, I hope that you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm here to give you a few tips on some of the things that you should do when you get a new nanny. So every household is different. I'm not saying that everywhere you have to go through exactly what I'm gonna be talking about, because I do understand that every household is different, but this is just my general view of some of the things that you should do. So the number one thing when you're getting a nanny, I would recommend that you get someone that has been recommended by someone else. Don't just go to bureaus. The reason why I dislike bureaus is because I have seen or had so many stories about these girls from the bureaus. Most of the time you find that those bureaus, they have no idea who these girls are. So when you're getting someone from the bureau, most of the time you're getting a total stranger. And if something is to happen in your house, or something really bad is to happen to your kids, and you try to trace these girls, most of the time when you go back to these bureaus, they have no idea who these girls really are. So that is why I always get a nanny from the village, because if anything is to happen, I will probably go to their home, and I have somewhere to start from. Unlike when you get a nanny from the bureau and you go there, and they will probably most of the time they always deny knowing that girl. So I would recommend that you never get a nanny from a bureau, unless probably is a certified bureau and someone has gotten a nanny from there, and you really have proof that if anything is to happen to your house, you'll be able to trace these girls. Because even the IDs nowadays that these girls have from the bureau, and I don't know what, most of the time you find that I've heard of a case where a nanny has like 5 identification cards. So that clearly shows you that you cannot trust these bureaus. They have no idea where they're getting these girls. One of the reasons, guys, why I do not like these bureaus is basically because there's a friend of mine, someone I know, who was once dragged by a nanny from a bureau, and this girl happened to steal all her money in the house. It was about half an M Kenyan shillings. And when she tried to go back to the bureau to try to trace this girl, she was unable to, because the bureau denied knowing that girl. The bureau just say they don't know where this girl came from. And when they finally came to find this girl, she actually said that the woman from the bureau just found her stranded in town and brought her to this woman's house. So you can imagine, most of the time you get girls from bureaus, you end up bringing a total stranger. You end up bringing someone that you cannot trace in case of anything. So kindly just try to avoid bureaus. Get someone that is recommended by somebody, or you go to the village and you get yourself someone that you can trace in case of any. Some other point I would like to share with you guys is that when you get someone, a new nanny, try to put your regulations, try to let them know your rules, let them know what you like and what you dislike, let them know the times they're supposed to use their phones, let them know the times they're supposed to be home in case they've gone for their off days, let them know exactly your rules, what you want. I don't know what kind of rules you people have in your houses, but I know that every house has their own rules that you want your nanny to follow. So kindly let them know their rules immediately they enter your house. Don't waste any time. Don't wait for later, is when now you try to make them adjust when they're already started to do whatever they think is right. So it's going to be easier when you lay down your rules from the start instead of doing it midway. When now you start noticing problems is when now you want to tell her, I don't want you to use your phone when you're cooking. Another point I'd like to share with you guys is take time to train these girls. The mistakes that we normally do is when a nanny comes to your house, you just let them start work without even telling them exactly what they're supposed to do. Kindly take your time. Take probably 2 weeks to train them, show them exactly how you want your things done. Show them everything. Don't assume that, oh, I think she knows how to do this, or she has 2 years work experience. Every household is different, and probably how she used to work in somebody else's house is quite different from how you would want your things done. So kindly train them how you want them to wash your dishes, how you want your kitchen cleaned, everything. Just make sure you train them properly, and kindly take your time and give them also time to learn. Probably you can tell them, I'm giving you a month to learn, so after a month you should be able to do everything on your own. So some other reason, guys, which I would like to, some other point I'd like to share with you guys is talk to these girls politely. Avoid this issue of always shouting at them. They're human beings, and when it gets to a point where you're shouting every day, then probably it's a sign that probably you're not compatible, because you want someone who is compatible. Try as much as possible to always just explain something to them. If you don't like something, don't shout at them, don't insult them. Just sit down with them, tell them, I do not like this, whatever you did yesterday, I do not like it. And if probably they still continue with whatever they're doing that you dislike, then probably it's time to let them go. So learn to talk to them politely, because at the end of the day, most of these girls, they probably take revenge on your kids. So it's really nice to probably talk to them politely instead of insulting them, I think. Yeah, what do you guys think? Kindly let me know in the comment section if everything I'm saying here makes sense to you, or if there's anything that you would want to add to it. Some other tip I'd like to share with you guys is the moment you realize that, or the moment you learn that nobody is perfect, I think you'll be able to cope with these girls, because most of the time we expect them to be 100% perfect, which even us ourselves, we are not perfect. Nobody's perfect. So don't expect someone to be 100%. If you see that she has a weakness, sit down with her, try to talk to her about it. If she's not willing to change, and probably you feel that her weakness is not something that you would want into your house, then kindly just let her go, because we are created differently. So probably something that you feel is not something nice, probably for them they feel is nice. So try to actually let them know about how you feel about a certain behavior that they have, or about a certain way they do things. Kindly let them know, and if you feel that you've had enough of it and you cannot take it anymore, instead of shouting at them every day, kindly just let the girls go. So guys, some other point which I have learned over the years is learn to overlook certain things. And this I'm saying because I feel like most of the time we tend to even shout at them or quarrel over issues that probably are not worth shouting or quarreling. There are certain things that probably you've talked to her several times, and maybe that is the only thing that she doesn't do as you want. I would really prefer that sometimes you try to do these other things yourself, or just try to overlook if it's something that you think you can overlook. I'm not saying overlook things that really mean a lot to you, but learn to overlook certain things, because at the end of the day, like I said before, we are not perfect. So learn to overlook certain things, and if there's some things that you feel that you can do by yourself, just do them by yourselves. Because guys, this point that I'm about to give you guys mainly goes to working moms, because I often feel like sometimes you tend to live with someone, or live with a nanny for a long time, and probably you're not happy with her simply because you're going to work. And sometimes you find that this person is just this horrible person. Probably this person mistreats your kids, but sometimes you feel like, let me just try to hold on, as probably maybe she's gonna change, and deep down within you, you know exactly that this person is someone that I cannot live with. So if you feel that you're tired with your nanny, and you're a working mom and you don't have time to probably get a new one, or probably you're scared that if I send this one away I'll have to miss work. So what you do when you have a nanny that you're tired of, sometimes it's better that you just let them go, but you have to do it in a proper way that is also favorable to you. So what I think you should do, this is just according to me, don't throw stones at me. So I think what you should always do is just take your time to get another replacement, and when you get, probably you can fire the one you have during, you know, probably on a Friday, so that when you get the new, when the new one is coming, you have the weekend to train the new one as you let this one go. Because most of the time I've seen a lot of working moms who are really scared to send their nanny away. They're tired of her, but they're scared to send her away because they're like, I cannot deal with training a new nanny right now. And at the end of the day, you find that you're really suffering. So what you do, always take your time to find a replacement. And when you get a replacement, then you let that nanny that you have in your house to go, so that by the time this other one is coming, that one is gone. And probably do it over the weekend so that you have time to at least show her most of the most important things. Then as time goes by, I think she will be able to learn them slowly. So another important tip that I would like to share with you is get a nanny cam. I think a nanny cam is the best way to handle all this situation about nanny issues. And when you get a cam, my point of view normally is that probably when you get a nanny cam, or if you have a nanny cam and then you have a new nanny, always give yourself probably 2 weeks to watch this girl secretly, know exactly the kind of person that you're living in. Because the mistake that we do is that when she comes to your house the first time, you always tell her that there's a camera. So when she sees the camera, definitely she's gonna pretend, she's not gonna be her true self. So I would really prefer, if you want to know exactly the kind of person you're living with, kindly just don't tell her about it. I think for probably 2 weeks, just observe exactly what she does, what kind of a person she is. When you're not home, how does she handle the kids? When you're home, does she pretend? You have to know exactly the kind of person you're living with. So guys, some other point I'd like to share with you guys, and this is really important because most of us, we fail to do it. We don't dwell on it at all. Yeah, please let us learn to acknowledge the good things that our nannies do in the house, because sometimes they really work really hard, you know, to keep your house together when you're away, or even when you're around. They really work very hard. And if someone is doing a good job, kindly always make it known to them that I really love the way you wash the dishes, I love the way you clean the house, I like the way you do this. Try to acknowledge and, you know, appreciate them. You can even buy for them a gift. I think that is really gonna help motivate them, because even you at work, when your boss tells you you're doing a good job, you're gonna be confident at what you're doing. I think most of us, we tend to dwell on only the negative side and we forget about the good side that these people do in your house. If you have a really good nanny, appreciate it, because a good nanny is really hard to find. And if you have a good one, kindly let her know. Don't always just focus on the bad things, okay? So guys, this is my last but very important tip that I'm about to share with you guys. When you have a new nanny, kindly try to maintain the employee-employer relationship. I've really struggled with this myself, because I always try to treat them so much like family, which I don't think is a bad thing, but we always go beyond the boundaries, and sometimes this makes our nannies to lose focus. They're always like it gets to a point when you tell them to do something that they'll not be able to do, or probably they'll just tell you that I'll do it later, and now they forget that you know you employed them to do certain things, and they feel a lot more comfortable. I'm not saying being comfortable is bad, but you know, even at your workplace, when your boss tells you to do something, you must do it. But if you're that close with your boss, sometimes you get a little more relaxed and you tend to forget exactly what brought you to that place. So try to maintain the employee-employer kind of relationship, and I think you'll be good to go, because there'll be that boundary and there'll be a lot of respect between both of you, to you and to her. But guys, if you really enjoyed my video today, like I said before, if you really enjoyed my videos, kindly hit the subscribe button. It is free. Yeah, don't forget to leave me a comment in case there's anything that I sort of left out. Kindly let me know in the comment section. And the reason why I'm putting on this serious face and a serious tone is because all these things really matter, because nowadays there are a lot of cases of like a lot of issues with nannies, and I think that it's probably high time that we do certain things right in our houses, because sometimes you end up not doing some of these things and then you end up losing a really good nanny just because you did not show her exactly what you want to do. Try all these points and everything. If you try all this and still it doesn't work out, then I think that it's possibly time to let her go, because probably that is not someone that you need in your house. But if you try all this and probably, you know, 10 of them work and one doesn't work, I think that is a good sign that it's a progress for you. So guys, if you really enjoyed my video, kindly hit the like button. Don't forget to leave for me a comment in the comment section, and don't forget to hit the red button and the notification bell to kindly hit it, so that anytime I upload a new video you're able to know. And guys, I really do hope that you guys enjoyed my video, and I really do hope that you'll be watching more. Don't just watch this video, there are a lot more very helpful videos, especially if you're a mom and you're a mother. Those are the kind of videos that I like to make, something that, you know, most of these points I know that you know, but sometimes we tend to forget, especially when your nanny walks inside your house, or your nanny walks your nanny comes to your house. You tend to forget all this. Me myself, sometimes I forget them, and it's good to make this video so that probably whoever is watching is reminded of exactly what they're supposed to do. And guys, I'm really grateful that you watched this video to end, and see you in my next video.
Say what you wanna say to me now.